Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome back to the Glassman's world. This is Dan the Glassman, and we're about to get started here. So today is wedding day, guys. It is my little cousin. I'm gonna say little cousin because she's always been my little cousin, Angelique. But she's now grown. Has uh, Now is gonna have a husband, and they've been together for a long time. Gabriel's been I've met him on many occasions at different family gatherings and things, and he's a very nice, polite, very courteous, very he's a good man. And so I want to congratulate my cousins. Now he's now my cousin as well, and so or soon to be, I guess, in a few hours here. But we may not be able to go, and that's a sad thing. Is because everyone's been sick here for the last week. We might not be able to go, but I'm really happy for them. And I was thinking, maybe I'll try to make something for them. Now this is going to be kind of on a whim. I don't know if we're going to even be able to pull this off, guys. Because seriously, um, I don't know if I have enough propane. We got plenty of oxygen, but I don't know about the propane situation is we might need more. So we'll see how this goes today. All right. So let me see. Gosh, it's been a while. Can I even do that? Can I pull that? Oh my gosh. So we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see. Do we really have enough propane to make anything here? Oh, look at that. Perfect. We already have one on a blow tube ready to go. Okay. I guess that's straight. All right, guys. So I haven't done this in a really, really long time. Oops. You gonna be able to use this? Oh, okay. It didn't crack. I thought it cracked. All right, so we're gonna bust out some tubing, guys. I haven't used tubing in a while. You can see it's hollow, completely hollow all the way through. I don't know if the camera is gonna overheat. Usually, when I used to work my phone cam, it would heat up pretty quickly. So we'll see. And then we're gonna find out right now. Do I even have enough propane? So yeah, this morning, um, my gosh, who would they be? My cousins? And my nieces? I don't know. I get confused. My family's all integrated in an interesting way because of step family and stuff, and so it's pretty interesting. It's like my cousin was also my aunt, and my step uncle. I, uh, I I don't understand how it all works, but either way, I know you guys have probably some intermingled families like that with step families and stuff like that. No incest going on or nothing, but yeah. My I guess I'll call them my little cousins, or maybe they're my nieces. I guess they'd be my my step nieces, but then my cousin's like raising them. I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. My stepsister couldn't take care of her children, so my cousin stepped in and gave them a beautiful life, a beautiful home, and yeah, just did what needed to be done. Very beautiful. I'll always respect my cousin for doing that. I don't even think I've ever told her that, but I really do respect her for taking care of my stepsister's kids in that way. Basically, just becoming mom. And so they are getting their first Holy Communion and baptism today. So they are stepping into their life with God, accepting God. And that's a very beautiful thing. You know, when I was growing up, I was baptized, but we never really went to church. So I never really knew much about God and the Bible and anything like that. I didn't know about um, religion or what was the meaning of it or anything like that. So it took me about 40 years of my life to finally being able to find and understand and come to the realization of God. And now knowing God and in the multitude of ways of which I know God, that I can now understand and accept God in all forms and understand that God comes to us in a way that we will always understand and be able to see God and to be able to understand God. So God is revealed to us individually in many different ways, and that's a beautiful thing. And for my little cousins to be accepting God today is a very beautiful and a blessed thing. So um, I feel bad that I don't think I'll be able to make it because we've been sick here all week. Our son has been had a really bad, like a flu basically this last weekend. Got sick on like either Friday night or Saturday night, and or maybe it wasn't until like Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday night after the powwow. So Sunday night he got sick, and then he was sick Monday and Tuesday. He couldn't really eat anything, couldn't hold anything down. So he was sick with a fever and a bad stomach ache and in pain. And so we had just had to take care of him. And he's finally better and able to eat again. But now he's got a runny nose and a cough that's lingering after that. And I developed some sort of, I don't know if I got a fever, and I didn't really get the stomach bug and everything, but I had some like really bad like head pressure and migraines. Maybe I did get the fever and had some chills. I don't know. I don't really remember because I was so busy taking care of him. But yeah, I was sick for a minute, and then I just had like a really bad runny nose, and I have issues with sinus infection. So anytime that I get sick, it really messes with my sinus infection, and I haven't been proactive enough. I really need to start doing more stuff with the sinus infection, like using my neti pot with the saline solution with salt water, and basically it's a nasal rinse. I don't know if you guys ever done those before, but they're pretty interesting. All right, right now, I think we have enough propane to make this happen. Okay, I'm gonna blow this out here. All right, it's been a while. Hopefully this works. I hope I can make this happen. Like I said, I haven't made any tubing in a long time, so turning on this big torch, uh, this is the first thing in a long time. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, and I don't even think I don't have my what I need ready, so I'm gonna have to. Man, how am I gonna do this? You know what's interesting is this camera. I don't think has any sort of way to tell me that the camera's getting too hot. I don't know if there's any sort of sensor. I know with the phone, it lets you know that the phone's getting too hot, and it's going to shut off. But as far as this camera, is it able to hold the heat? Can it handle the heat? What am I making? So right here, this is basically just known as a base. Basically a base. We're going to make a foot, a base. This is going to hold the sculpture that I'm thinking about making right here. And I don't want to really say what I'm making yet. I want to kind of just let it unfold here live. And hopefully I even have enough time. It's already 7 o'clock. And I'm supposed to be getting out of here about 8:30. We'll see if I even have time to make this. All right. I haven't worked with tube in a long time. This is pretty interesting. So it is, like I said, 7 a.m., around 7 a.m. It's probably like pushing 7:15. So I think my clock is slow on this computer out here in the studio. Out here in the studio. You know, I was thinking about making some wine glasses for them, but it's been a long time. And I don't have enough tubing on hand. I haven't worked tubing in so long that all I have pretty much is raw rod. Not much tubing at all. If I have any tubing, it's just small. Can make them some miniatures. That'd be cute. Some little tiny. That'd be interesting. Miniature wedding set. A miniature wedding cake. All right. Can I? Where can I? Break it in here. All right. I'm just gonna break it in this big old can here. All right. I gotta move all the rod. I don't know if I'm gonna do this on a table, but I kind of want to show you guys how I do this. I basically just pop this out. And then just make it all brittle. And then you just start breaking it off. And then just go around. And that's how I break it like that. Look at this, paper thin glass. I don't even know if you can see that. It's so thin. Can't even really see that I'm holding anything, right? Paper thin glass. So you make it paper thin to where then it just breaks like that. And then if I want to, I can go in and use my tweezers here, and then I'll grab it like this on the edge and just kind of wherever the high spots, there's like a little high spot right here, right there. See those? I don't know if you can see that. And try to just get those to be level with the rest of it. A lot of people don't like to do this because it creates dust. So I'm gonna stop talking. And I'm gonna do what I do, which instead of inhaling, I exhale and I blow all that stuff towards that way. All right, so now we've popped that end open, and now I'm just gonna flare this open. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the heat of the flame. We're gonna get this molten, and we're gonna use the centrifugal force of this spin here, and basically we're gonna let it just open up naturally. We're just gonna have this spin be as continuous and constant as possible. We're just melting the edges nice and smooth right now. I'm just gonna spin it fast towards me one way, and then I kind of rock it back and forth. I don't know if you noticed that. And then I spin it fast towards me and then rock it back and forth, and spin it towards me and then rock it back and forth. I'm going to bring this flame up some. We're going to really intensify this heat. So I haven't done this sort of glass in a really long time, but it looks like I know what I'm doing. I guess it's kind of like riding a bicycle, huh? You just keep on, keep it on. So I used to make some really beautiful stemware, which, I should probably make some, but then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to package them up so I can take them out to the different events that I do. All right, let's see how that's looking. Looking a little bit wonky on one side. I can see I need more heat on this side, I guess. Open it up a little bit better. I don't have any beeswax on hand for me to use them for my jacks and my tweezers, and I can open this up. Let me see, what can I use? Use this? And it's looking pretty good, opening up by hand. I don't know how much I want to flare it open, I'm not sure. There's just one spot, it seems like I got to put more heat on that side so it flares open a little bit more towards that way. All right, let's try that. Let's see if it'll even out now. If you concentrate the flame on one side of the glass, you can manipulate it and make it do what you want it to do, I'm trying to just get it to flare out evenly but not use any tools. And just, well, I'm using the torch as my main tool, trying to get this one side to flare a little bit more than the other. Yeah, right there. It's almost there. So we're gonna make a base, and this is basically like a foot, a base, which you'd use for like, you know, any sort of a glass or stem. This could be almost a miniature martini glass. Shaken, not stead. Spun, not bend. All right. So that is looking good. It's looking nice and straight. On one side, it was a little bit more flared than the other, but I think I corrected that problem. We'll just keep on heating it up. We'll get this nice and molten again, and then we'll just spin it around. So yesterday I saw a friend of mine who had recently lost her son, and gave her a glass angel. And this would be kind of like what I would do to make like the skirt would be, or the veil of the angel, and then adding a body to the top of this, and then adding a little, maybe I should just make them an angel to watch over them in their marriage. That's interesting. I never thought about that. Now I'm like, oh, now am I going to change it? Did I just change it, what I'm going to do? Really? Did that really just happen? All right. Now I'm gonna take this earplug here, and we're gonna plug the end, because I'm gonna shoot the flame inside, and I don't want that flame to shoot up into this tube and heat that up. So it's gonna help to make it just get pushed back out and not shut back in there. We're gonna heat this up, clean this up as best as we can. All right, we're gonna go with the smaller flame right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of detail work and cleaning this up some. And I see some vitrification. I guess when I slowed down the spin or something, I allowed that glass to kind of vitrify. It's where it doesn't look clear. It looks like something happened to the glass, a little bit of pulling or a little bit of stretching. Um, Basically, it would look like it has a satin finish in just one little spot, or where it shouldn't be. So it kind of stands out. So I'm going to get this molten, and we're going to do the best we can to get that out of there. Get all that vitrification out. And I want to pinpoint the flame, really, really focus on it. Maybe we're just going to make him an angel. I don't know. I had another idea in mind, and I wish I had more viewers on, so then we could just do a quick little poll. I don't know. I see there's someone watching if you want to chime in, but but then it would just be you and me. We need a third person. We need someone to help with the vote. My original idea was to make a base, and then I was going to put two conjoining hearts on top. So I was going to have to sculpt two hearts and put them up on top. That's all. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I'll add a little bit of color into it since I'm going to have to stretch out some glass and stuff. I don't know if I can get rid of this vitrification. I could also just hide it with silver fuming, I guess. Now I'm like deciding, what should I do? Should I make conjoining hearts? Or should I just make an angel? Maybe I can make an angel holding two conjoining hearts? Oh. Now both ideas come together. And I love that. That's what I love about when I just sit here and I make artwork and just let it come to be. What is it going to be? What am I going to make? I was simply just making a base. And then it decided, oh, angels. Let's talk about angels. And I want to send my love and my blessings to my family who I just gifted that angel to. An angel that I've had in my possession for a while now. I put it out for sale and no one's bought it. I've thought, well, maybe I'll gift it to someone for Christmas, and I never send it out, and then I finally realized that that's where it needed to go. Maybe that's why I've been holding on to it for so many years. Sometimes things like that happen, right? You just hold on to things for a while. You don't know why or what you're doing or working on something, and you have no clue why you're working on something. You just know that it's important or whatever. You hold on to something for a long time, and then it all just comes together. All right, I think we're healing a lot of that vitrification. I'm not sure if it was from the inside or the outside. I think it's more on the inside, but I really worked that outside to get it nice and heated up first, and now I can see it slowly just going away. Got to get that heat in there. And just do a slow spin. And just rock it back and forth and allow it to heat up in those little sections there. Alright, I don't know if I can do much better than that. Let's just bring up that big flame again. Bring it all back to heat. We'll keep the plug in because we're going to start flashing this into the inside of the tubing as well. We want to make sure we don't have any of that heat flashing back up into the tube there. We're just going to get this nice and molten again and let's re-round it out. Maybe I should have just been using the bigger flame instead of the smaller flame. I thought maybe I'd use a tighter flame and it would help. Just going to do a slow spin and just melt it out. Watching the time, it's now 7:20 on my clock, which means it's probably 7:35, almost 8 o'clock. I believe that my daughter's probably going to be waking up soon and getting ready. And we'll probably be going to meet her friend here in just a little while. Okay, that's looking better. I should have just been doing it like this. That's looking a lot better. Maybe I just didn't get it molten enough before I really allowed it to stretch. We got that vitrification. Let's keep it at a nice constant spin. Not too fast, not too slow. Get it to thicken up really nice. I want to make this a super thick bell on the bottom here. Alright, that looks good. You know, I should probably just fume it with silver. Let's make it really, really beautiful. Alright, let's do that. Do I have silver ready? That's the question. Alright, let's see. I know we had issues with it last time. See if we can keep it from having the same issues. Come on. Come on. Silver doesn't want to stay on the outside. Really? It's just going to keep sinking back in? Okay, there it goes. Alright. Now we'll be able to fume it. Is it? No. Jeez. Why is it doing that? It just wants to sink back in under the glass. Come on. That's so weird. Yeah, I know it's a high flame, but I'm just like trying to just boil it out and see. Why is it not popping out from... That's so weird. Good morning. Let me know when it's time. Working on something for our cousin's wedding. We'll still go drop it off even though we might not be able to stay for a while. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that means my daughter's up. Means it's going to be time to go soon. Come on. Just work. Is that it? I mean, it's fuming it sort of, but it's not giving me the fume that I normally use and want. That's weird. Uh, let's see what happens when I just heat it up. What kind of fuming did I get here? That was weird. Yeah, it's not the nice golden fume that I want. It's okay, but that ain't what I was looking for. I'll try again. I don't know if I just need to get a new piece of silver or what. Like, seriously. Let's just crank it up. That's a little bit better. Still not, though. Not what I'm wanting. I shouldn't have to crank it up so much either. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. At this point, my fingers are going numb. I have to give my arm a break here. For those of you who don't know, I have issues with my right rotator cuff. So blowing glass is difficult these days for me. Oh, I see we got some people watching. Good morning. I see Austin's here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like that. The silver is just like backing down back into... I don't know if it might not be the best quality silver. Not going to lie. It's like, man, should I just get a new piece? But it got that golden tinge that I was going for. See, there you go. That's what I was looking for. So I want to keep it like that. And we're going to pop this off. I need to get my my ball grabbers or claw holders, which, where are they? Don't tell me they're missing. What? Ah, shit. Hopefully those didn't stay. I did a demo. I don't know if I pulled those out. Dang it. Oh no. If I don't have those, how am I supposed to take this off? Oh, not cool. Not cool. All right, hold on a sec. I gotta take a look around because I may have left a tool. There's no way. Please tell me it's just in here and upside down. Oh my gosh, there it is. Yes. All right, good. Get the glasses back on. All right, we'll just heat these up real quick. Get them prepared to attach. Look at that. I'm going to have to really open these up to get them on here. So what I have to do is grab it by the bottom and then open up these top ones. All right, I think we got it. All right. And then we'll just take it off the tube here and slowly work the flame down to that thicker portion. Try not to crack this. Yeah, and I was messing with that flame for a minute. Hello, what's going on, Naranjan? How are you doing today? Did I say your name correctly? Naranjan. Nirajan or Nirajan? Hello. Good morning, bro. How's it going? So today we're going to a wedding, but we may not be able to go like for a long time. I'm just going to basically go drop off this gift and a card with some cash in it, and just send them my blessings. And we probably shouldn't go and hang out because we've been sick for a minute, and I don't want to get my cousin sick because she has some issues with her leg and stuff, and if she ever gets sick, then her infection with her leg gets really bad. So I don't want to deal with anything like that. I don't want to cause any issues for my cousin. So we're just gonna go and drop off the gift and say a quick hi and goodbye. I might grab a little bite to eat. My family always goes nuts with the food. What's sad is that my wife is gluten and dairy free, so everything there she probably can't eat. So we probably, we can't go to the reception really anyways, because my wife wouldn't be able to really eat too much. All right, let's clean this up now. And now we're going to just add some clear rod to this. So the upper portion of the body is just going to be clear. And then we may fume the halo, or we will. Again, we'll do our best to fume the halo. All right, so I just need to work this a little bit to get the inside all nice and rounded so we don't have any issues with cracking. Make sure it's just nice and round. Just utilize the heat from the torch and allow the glass to just fall naturally into place. All right. And then we're going to have a nice attachment spot that we can attach the upper portion here. And hopefully we can get this all done here before my daughter comes back in and says, okay, it's time to go. We're going to do our best. Okay. But this shouldn't be too hard now at this point. Oh. Hmm. Dang, now I'm like, I can always put this back in the flame. I guess I can do this. Sorry, I'm deciding on my build here. At some point, I'm going to have to make those conjoining hearts. I guess I need to make the torso, and then I can figure out the portion, the size of which I need. And I don't know if I'm going to just keep this really simple. The one that I gave away yesterday just had a round, like a marble for a head, with just a halo on top. You know, nothing too fancy, nothing carved in detail, no eyes, nose, or anything like that. That might take some time, but then again, this is a wedding present. But then again, you know, it's just being made by hand. They're gonna just love it and appreciate it. My family does love my glass, and they love receiving it for gifts and things like that, for holidays and stuff. All right, we're gonna really heat this up and get that nice and sealed. I think the last one, the torso was just, it was very simple. There was no shaping to it or anything. It was just a rod on a bell with a round head on top. I don't think there was any sort of special shaping to it. On this one, I might actually hourglass it, and we'll see. This one did a really nice seal there. Light pull. You know what? I'm gonna have to take them off the jacks real quick. So maybe here, let me just look at it like this. So now I'm just gonna bring this glass into itself, basically like a Maria. We're just gonna round out a portion of it in the center of this rod here and kind of hourglass shape the torso here and figure out the size and the dimension of what it's all gonna be. Something like that. My fingers are numb from my thumb to my index and my middle finger, and my ring finger is starting to get numb now. Usually it starts from my pinky and then my ring finger and goes through, but for some reason today it's the whole opposite way. It's quite interesting. All right, now I'm going to round this portion here on the top just a little bit. All right, so now that's what it's looking like. So that's kind of the upper torso there. I'm not sure if I'm going to work on the arms now or if I'm going to work on the head first. Oh, it's so weird to work with numb fingers. I'm just like, I just got to keep spinning it and just knowing that my fingers are doing the job that they're doing, but I can't even really feel this glass in my hand anymore. Not good. All right, just attach some glass. I'm basically going to bring the upper arm downward. I'm going to put the arms in prayer mode. Just make sure it's all melted together, all attached. We don't have any issues with seams and cracking. So the title of this video, my cousin's getting married, but we may not be able to go. So I'll talk about that again. Our son got sick this last weekend on Sunday evening. Woke up vomiting and had a fever and some body aches and things. And then on the next day, I ended up getting sick a little bit. And so I don't think that it's safe for us to be around my cousin who's got she has a leg infection and an issue where if she gets sick at all, then her infection gets really bad. And I don't want to be the cause of any kind of situation like that. So we're just going to kindly not go to the whole ceremony. We may just show up and say hi and just drop off the gift and respectfully and just leave. Just to show that we love them and we care and we wanted to be there, but we couldn't. You know, maybe I can take a plate to go. What's the project? Okay, so this here is Angel that I'm working on, and it's for my cousin's wedding today. Which, I was really looking forward to going to a wedding today because we've had so many negative situations going on recently with losing loved ones and friends losing loved ones and just a lot of loss of life lately. And so we were really just looking forward to going to the Holy Communion and baptismal of my cousins or my nieces. I don't know. Like, are they my cousins or are they my nieces? I guess they would be my nieces, my step nieces, since they are my stepsister's children by birth. All right, let's just pull that one down now. Little stubbies for arms. So I figure, I'll just take them a card with some money in it, and we'll just go say hi and goodbye real quick. But what's sad is that my daughter had never been to a wedding, and I was looking forward to taking her to her first wedding. So we'll see which will be the next wedding. It's not like there's too many weddings happening all the time. gotta pull this up a little bit. We gotta thicken it up so up in the shoulder region so it matches the other side. And I can pull it back down. Alright, and what time is it? Oh my gosh, it's already 8 o'clock. I usually get going here to do my errand really soon. Hopefully I can get this done. Okay, I'm going to actually pull this quite a bit here before we get the rest of the arms going. And we're going to flatten the back as well, or else the angel's going to look hunched back. So we're going to heat up the back here. And we'll just, actually we'll heat it and allow it to kind of come upward this way towards the back of the head, the back of the neck, so that all flows. Because, you know, our necks aren't really centered. They're more positioned towards the back of on our spine, you know. This is fun. I haven't done any kind of glass like this in a minute. All right, let me just grab it. We're just going to pull it up. Going to pull it up. We're not even going to worry about flattening it too much. We're just going to elongate it up into the back of that spine right there. Boom. And then we'll just turn it into a dinosaur. Look at that. Rah. I'll give it a little. Just kidding. It's like, look, it's a dino. Oh my gosh, it looks like a Yoshi. Here. Let's turn it into, now it's a horse. There you go. Now we got a knight from a chess set. Now I'm gonna pull this whole thing, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like to me right now. I gotta really thin this out right here for the neck, or else it's gonna look like we got a linebacker for an angel. All right, so we're just gonna do this. Look at that. And give it a nice neck here. Like that. And then we probably don't even need all this for the head. Right? Maybe? That'd be a big head. Oh yeah, it looks like a cup. I haven't done cups in a long time, goblets and things. But this is actually, it's going to stand like this. And it's going to be an angel. Nothing too detailed, I don't think. I don't have the time now. Right now we're on crunch time. Let's see if I can even do this. We'll see if I even get to the conjoining hearts like I really, really want to do. I might just make an angel, like I said. All right, let's see how this looks. That might actually work perfect. Oh my gosh, okay. That looks good. That's not too big. All right, we're gonna try to make her, give her a little bit of a chin, actually. All right, we got a chin. I don't know. I think that looks like there's a face there. I don't know if you can really see it. The detail looks like she's looking down, praying. You can see the neck, chin's there from the side view. Cool. All right, now we're going to add the forearms and bring them upward. I need to make a halo, and I need to make, maybe I'll make the hearts. Maybe I'll just make an angel. I don't know if I have time to do the heart. We're at crunch time. It's already 8 o'clock, 8:15. I really do need to get going. All right. So I'm working with clear glass. So I don't have to worry too much about bubbling and boiling, as long as I keep spinning it and getting it nice and hard here, or melt it. What? So I believe that the wedding's at 1 a.m. or 1 a.m. at 1 p.m., 1 in the afternoon. That'd be crazy having it at 1 a.m. Like, we're going to party all night. I know my family used to be like that, with drink, drink, drink. But we're all old now. A lot of us don't drink anymore. It's good. It's amazing. It's a blessing. Uh-oh. Did I make that one too short? Uh-oh. Too short. I'd be careful not to get too much heat on that face. I just realized I was heating up the front of the face. I'm like, uh-oh. Don't get rid of the detail. Then lose the nose and everything. All right. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of thickness to the forearm here. And then I need to also try to bring them inward. I'm just going to kind of melt them into that elbow portion so they kind of flow. Thicken them up. Get that good curve to go upward towards the face and inward. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see that arm. This arm is pretty much in the center now. Now let's work on this other one here. Hello, what's the word? Have you heard from them yet? Yeah. Well, I thought they were gonna text when they were leaving. At least that's what I was asking and hoping that they would do, so that we would know when they left and we could just leave at the same time. All right, there it goes. I'm joining the hands together now in prayer. Holy cow! Look at that. There we go. Woo! All right, conjoined in prayer. And now we draw the fingers. Just kidding. I can't do that. I wish. I'm like, man, too bad I didn't get a thumb in there. I don't know, can I? Love you. I got a thumb. Oh my gosh. I got a thumb in there, guys. Okay, that's all sculpted one piece. A little bit of glass added for the thumb and the fingers kind of portions. I really, really wish that you could see the detail of this. I don't know if you can see that thumb sticking out or not. That's beautiful. This is probably the best angel I've ever made. Sorry, excuse me. Like I said, I've been a little bit sick and congested. That's why we're not able to go to the wedding today entirely. But we're still going to go drop some gifts. And apparently I had enough propane to get through this, guys. I am stoked. And I'm not going to do the heart. I'm deciding we're just going to keep her in prayer. That'll probably be the best thing. Should probably be working with a smaller flame at this point, or a softer flame. All right, let's see. Can I use this? I made it round pretty quick. Cool. I'm going to thicken it up some. I was going to leave it kind of thin, but I'm realizing there's kids around. I'm like, I don't want them to grab it and then break it. I'll thicken it up a little bit. It's just going to be smaller now. Can't really get that in there anymore. We're going to have to just do the best we can with the hand rounding. Just like making a loop, right? Okay. And then somehow we need to take it off. All right. Let's see if we can do this silver again. See, what's interesting is that the silver just don't want to come out from the glass. And I'm wondering if I just need to start over with a new piece of silver, a new piece of glass. Let's see if I can get this to pop out. No, there's no silver coming out. It's frustrating. Just going back into. Whoa, look like it just squirted out. Weird. Why doesn't it want to just come out? Come on. You want it to where, yeah, like that. There we go. Nice. So when you're fuming it, you want to be able to see that metal. That metal kept on going underneath the glass, like hiding itself. Okay, so now you got to figure out the best place for this and put it perfectly centered. Okay, grab it center. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to go just like that, and then like that. Back of the head. Okay. Opposite of the hands or the train. And just attach it right there. Oh. All right. So just make sure that's nice and attached. How's that? Maybe a slight bend forward on the halo. There we go. Woo. And that is done, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. That took an hour and a half. Awesome. I can actually grab it by the bell to pull it off, and then I can put it down, and then because all the heat's up top, none of the heat's been down here on the bottom, so that way I can take it off and stand it up, make sure it stands beautiful. All right, we're gonna get this in the kiln here. Hopefully the kiln's up to temperature. Perfect. We're at 1083. We want it to be at 1080. We're gonna drop this in. And hopefully it works out. Oh, beautiful. All right, wish me luck. Uh-oh. Damn it. Put a bunch of shit in my way. Woo, that's hot. That is so hot. Dang it. It laid down. I wanted it to stand up, and it's laying down. Reach back in there and pick it up. It's so fucking hot. Ah. Couldn't find my hot holder. Where is it? Like it's falling behind the mask over there that we got. Good morning. I lost my pot holder. Can you grab a pot holder from in there? Well, never mind. You don't know what I want. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. I'm just gonna let it be. All right, guys. We're just gonna call it a day. That's done. I got it in the kiln. I was gonna put my hand back in the kiln, but I really need the pot holder to do that. I should have some Kevlar gloves. I used to have them, but I lost them somewhere, sometime. But we're gonna let it cook for a minute, and then we're gonna get out of here to go run our errands. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I'm Dan the Glassman. This is the Glassman's World. Congratulations once again to Angelique and Gabriel. Angelique, soon to be Baca Martinez. Angelique Martinez. Oh man, Gabriel Martinez. Congratulations, sir. And I wish you guys the best on your wedding, your marriage. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there today. Briefly, don't want to get you guys all sick. Sorry that we're all sick. We were really looking forward to it. But thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm Dan the Glassman. You've been watching the Glassman's World. I'm out.